Jackson digs it out. Hunsinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own. A 2-run shot. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com and the IHSA Champions Network. Here for tonight's junior varsity volleyball matchup here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We have the visiting Eastern Hancock Royals taking on your Wapahani Raiders here this evening. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Hope all of you have had a wonderful Wednesday so far, as we'll get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Alfred Rods and Customs. Again, Alfred Rods and Customs, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Alfred Rods and Customs, with over 30 years of experience, they sell the baddest hot rods, street rods, muscle cars, and customs in the land. Alfred Rods and Customs also buys, sells, and trades cars all over the country. For more information, you can give them a call at 765-717-3625 and look them up on Facebook at Alfred Rods and Customs. Also, make sure to come check out their showroom at 613 East Weiser Street in Muncie, Indiana, and let them make your dream a reality. So, getting right into our pregame show here. Junior varsity team, they took a tough one last night at Hagerstown, coming off of really what was a hard-fought ball game there last night. The Raiders lost in 3 sets. That third set went all the way, I believe it was 19-17 was the final score there in that third set. So, I mean, it was, like I said, it was a tough, hard-fought ball game, battled to the very end, and unfortunately just came up a couple points short. But, I think in some ways, although that we might have lost, I think that you got to be, you got to be happy with, how competitive we was, and only that we had a chance to win. At the end of every ball game, that's all you hope for. Yes, obviously you want to play great, you want to play really well, and you want to take care of business really in straight sets. But you want to make sure that you at least give yourself a chance to win at the bare minimum, and we did. And unfortunately, like I said, we came up short. But tonight's a brand new night here, and a brand new opportunity for these girls to find their way back in the win column. And what better way to do it than right here at home against a MEC conference opponent here in Eastern Hancock. So really looking forward to seeing these girls come out here, put last night in the rearview mirror, learn from it, and hopefully put together what will be a great game plan and hopefully execute it very well, and essentially defend their home floor and come up with a W. So, I think that a lot of times, especially here at the JV level, I don't think maybe sometimes these girls quite get the recognition they deserve. Now, obviously, we try to give them the recognition they deserve, but it's tough. When you're going out here every single ball game, and you're not, JV teams aren't necessarily always talked about. Everybody always talks about varsity games and so on and so forth. But these girls are out here grinding and trying to do everything they can to win ball games. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end of the day, they're putting in the hard work, and they're wanting to, essentially reap the fruits of their labor here, and with that hard work, you hope to reap the benefits here. And, last night we didn't. But as I just mentioned a few moments ago, tonight's a brand new night and a brand new opponent. And, every game presents its own challenges. And these ladies will look to face that head on. And, hopefully put their best foot forward here this evening from beautiful Raider Gymnasium. So we hope you guys tune in here throughout the evening. Big time MEC matchup here throughout the night, not only at the JV level but varsity level as well. Should be a great ball game. So we want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight. Stay right here with us here on the other side of the break. We'll have tonight's rosters and tonight's first serve again from Raider Gymnasium here in Selma, Indiana. Wapahani and Eastern Hancock coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network as we'll take a look here at tonight's rosters. First and foremost for the visiting team, the Eastern Hancock Royals. You have number 16, Olivia Willis, number 10, Bridget Feeney, number 4, Delaney Truenbach, number 5, Kendall Hill, number 11, Abby Ward, number 8, Cadence Harrison, number 15, Cameron Wiseman, number 20, Ava Fields, and number 3, Eden Van Camp. Madison Seals, the head coach here for the Royals. Here for Wapahani, we have number 1, Savannah Fitzgerald, number 2, Maya Mitchell, number 4, Laney Ledbetter, number 5, Addie Barnes, number 7, Journey Maines, number 8, Ella Recollect, and number 11, Nora Williams. Again, your Raiders coached by Ryan Webster. So, again, that is tonight's roster rundown here for this evening's junior varsity volleyball matchup. Again, obviously not a sellout, at least as of right now. But hopefully people continue to file in throughout the evening. Again, we love to see your wonderful smiling faces out here every single ball game as we get the game underway officially here right on the nose at 6 o'clock p.m. here on this Wednesday, September the 10th of 2025. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. But as I was just mentioning, though, I mean, obviously we love, having the viewers on here watch us on the WHS network, but we love seeing you guys out here as well. And, we want you guys to come on out and support our teams, junior varsity and varsity teams, and hopefully root them on to a couple of victories every time out. And a good start here, 1-0 lead here for Wapahani. Barnes with a setup, left side attack there from Ledbetter, and that will head into the net this time around. Ties it at 1, and we will have number 16, Olivia Willis, dropping back to serve for the Royals. And Wapahani there in their white jerseys this evening. Black lettering outlined in red. Royals with the black jerseys on, also partially blue there on the shoulders and arms. And then with the white lettering here this evening outlined in blue. So 2-1 start here for Eastern Hancock. Skips that one off the top of the net and down in play. That will be an ace here for Olivia Willis of Eastern Hancock. Again, the varsity game this evening, I mentioned this right before we went to break. Should be a great ball game. Wapahani coming into this evening, obviously a perfect MEC conference record, but so has Eastern Hancock. They've produced a perfect record so far today. They're 14-2. Wapahani's 9-2. And overall in the conference, Eastern Hancock sits right at 5-0. So 4-1 now. Again, after a 1-0 start here for Wapahani, Eastern Hancock put up 4 consecutive so far. Make that 5 consecutive. And this is right here. It's early part of the game, but somebody or more than one, as a team right here, you've got to get your girls together right here and make sure that they understand that we've got to get locked in. It's understandable. It's a 5-1 ball game now, 6-1. It's not over by any means, but you don't want to start digging yourself a hole here early on that you can't find your way out of. So again, that's why I'm saying, one or more girls, they've got to kind of speak up right here and be the leader of the team and set the tone here for the rest of these girls to kind of follow suit right here and step up. So 6-2, as we'll have Maya Mitchell now in for the Raiders. We'll have number 8, Ella Recolect, back to serve. Good serve right there from Ella. Set on right there to the middle. That was number 10, Bridget Feeney. And that one will fall in. Laney Ledbetter finds some open real estate out there. Now 6-3 is your score. So they've now cut the lead in half. Received right there by Willis. Set on the Feeney there in the middle. Was met there at the net by Williams and Mitchell. Ledbetter will get it over. A little free ball action for Eastern Hancock. Set in the middle again. Feeney on the attack and out of bounds along the left sideline. Couldn't keep that one in play, so Wapahani's now answered back here with 3 consecutive of their own. And looking to keep this trend going in the same direction here. On the attack this time, Ava Fields, and out of bounds. It's weird how things can turn just like that. Obviously Eastern Hancock, was riding the momentum right there, had everything going in the right direction. The next thing you know, Wapahani's turned things around. Nice block right there. I believe that might have been Williams or Mitchell on the block. And so just like that, that's going to tie things right up again, this time at 6. 5 consecutive put on the board here by the Raiders. And some miscommunication. We'll tack another one on here for Wapahani. And may I add, I think another important part of the game as well that I don't know if it necessarily gets focused on enough, and that's serving. Ella, she's not doing anything necessarily special. She's just getting the ball over the net and keeping it in bounds, making the defense play, or making our opponent play defense. And, right now, some hitting errors, communication errors, put themselves in a bad spot right here. So a 7-0 run here from Wapahani, the timeout on the floor here by Eastern Hancock. We will step aside here for a timeout of our own, and we'll be back here with first set action here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. And as always, both teams came back from the timeout well early into the timeout right there. They had 30 seconds, so they used half of the timeout. And that's why we got back on here late. In that amount of time, there was a 2-hit call on Wapahani that made it 8-7. Obviously, the passing error right there by the Raiders ties it up at 8. So again, that was the only thing you missed. But we wasn't going to cut the commercial break short when, again, both teams came back out 25 to 30 seconds into the timeout. So again, number 20, that was Ava Fields back to serve there just a moment ago. Set on to Mitchell there from the left side. There's Maines, Barnes with a set to Williams, dug out by number 16, Willis. And we'll free ball right here, but that was a well-placed ball. I believe that was that number 4? That might have been number 4, Delaney Trubenbach. Received by Recollect. Barnes to the middle to Williams and was met at the net. Abby Ward with the block. And so once again, Wapahani had a 7-0 run. Obviously started off with a 1-0 lead. Then a 6-0 run put together by Eastern Hancock. Wapahani answered then with a 7-0 run. And the serving error there stopped a 5-0 run by Eastern Hancock. So right now, this set has definitely been a game of the runs. So Ledbetter back there to serve. Received by number 4, Trubenbach. Ledbetter will get there. Nice up right there. Mitchell gets it over. Awkward hit, but number 10, Feeney, was able to get it back over there. Recollect. Got a free ball here for the Royals. We'll see if they take advantage. And they will not. That ball off the top of the net and out of bounds. Point Wapahani, 11-10. Nice short floater serve right there from Ledbetter. Nice dig. Maines left side attack. That one's going to be in there, yes. Ties it up at 11. Nice pass from Ledbetter. Barnes there with a great setup, and Maines putting it down once again for another kill. Another really nice serve from Laney. He'll get it over. Ledbetter, Barnes, Maines maybe have another right there. You better believe it. Another kill for Journey Maines. And so now a 4-0 run here from Wapahani. So the serving error there ties it at 12. Still a 4-0 run there from Wapahani. So we'll have number 10, Bridget Feeney, back to serve. That was received by Rack-Elect. Mitchell gets it over, and that will get it done. Nicely done by Mitchell. Again, misdirection. Got all the momentum more going forward, end up tipping it off there to the left side. And we did have the substitution, number 5, Kendall Hill, now in the ball game, and now the serving error. Once again, we'll tie it up here at 13. So it will be number 15, Cameron Wiseman, back to serve. Ledbetter, nicely done. Barnes on the mains, and another kill for Journey. So back in comes Savannah Fitzgerald for the Raiders. Wapahani will have Maya Mitchell back to serve. 14-13 Raiders here in set 1 of the evening. Good ball right there. Here we go. Ledbetter. Barnes back to Maines, the hot hand. Unfortunately, couldn't get that one over this time around. So the Royals will have number 3, Eden Vankamp, now back to serve. Received by Williams. Maines from the left side, a little too strong. And we'll have a net violation on the Royals. So now this kind of turned into more of a back and forth for about half the game. It was, like I mentioned before, Eastern Hancock would go on a run, then Wapahani would go on a run. Then Eastern Hancock would go on a run, then Wapahani would go on a run. And right now, things are on the plus side for Wapahani, at least momentarily it was. That was number 4, Trubenbach, as Bridget Feeney will check back in for the Royals. Number 4, Delaney Trubenbach, back to serve. So tie game at 16. Rack-Elect. Barnes there with a nice save. Ledbetter tries to find a back corner, but Trubenbach is there. And Barnes tried to dig that one out of the net, but unable to. Again, off that pass from Rack-Elect. Make this now 17-16. Oh boy, that ball passed on top of the net, but the Raiders end up getting it back over. Nice hustle by Rack-Elect, but nothing good came of that one this time around, unfortunately. Maines is there. Barnes right back to her. Dug out by Trubenbach and tipped over for the kill. That was number 16, Olivia Willis. And so 19-16, Eastern Hancock leads it. Again, the timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout. Got a couple things here I want to mention here this evening. First and foremost, again, we have the Christmas in Selma Chicken Noodle Dinner fundraiser going on. That will be on September the 26th at Selma Elementary. My wonderful mother, Shonda Morvillius, and many others will be cooking that meal. So those of you that know my mom, I guarantee you should be lining up for this one come September the 26th. Again, that will be at Selma Elementary starting at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then also on October the 4th from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., the Selma Lions Club breakfast. They will be, having a Christmas in Selma breakfast as far as a fundraiser. That will be on October the 4th. Obviously, you see what the breakfast includes and the prices for all that as well. So, again, all the proceeds for that breakfast put on by the Selma Lions Club will be going towards the Christmas in Selma celebration coming up. I believe that is on December the 6th, I believe. So, again, a lot of stuff going on trying to raise money to put together a great event. Now 21-16. Those things are unfortunately going back the other direction here for Wapahani. But if you remember correctly, last year during that Christmas in Selma event, great turnout. I mean, there was thousands upon thousands of people that came to that. And it was a great setup, and everybody did an awesome job with that. And looking forward to what might be even better event this year. So please go support those events in our community here within the next couple weeks to 3 weeks from now, 2 to 3 weeks. So 22-17 as Wapahani gets a much-needed point right here. We'll have Addie Barnes back to serve. Received right there by Trubenbach. Set on there to Fields. Maines gets that left hand up. And Ledbetter ends up taking it. I think some brief communication right there became a problem, but number 20, Ava Fields, will cash in. So 23-17. And again, if I remember correctly, I think Wapahani, I believe we had a 16-15 lead. So I think this is about a 8-1 run right now. Put on by Eastern Hancock, but Maines will continue her red-hot set here in set number 1. She's definitely had the hot hand here for the Raiders. And we'll have Maya Mitchell back in the ball game. Fitzgerald will have seats, and Ella Recollect back to serve. Love to see the Raiders rattle off a nice string of points right here. Oh, nice save right there. Mitchell gets it over. Yes! Job well done all the way around there for the Raiders. Williams, Mitchell. I'm not sure if that was, I can't remember who the first pass was made from. I don't know if that was Barnes or who that was. I can't remember now, but that's good stuff. All right, so a timeout here on the floor. Again, we'll go ahead and stay right here with you again during this timeout. Again, we want to, just briefly recognize some more information right here that, trying to, get, spread the word out a little bit more for, what's going on in our community. Obviously a lot of things going on, like I mentioned just a moment ago, the Christmas in Selma stuff, but also we have new banners that are going to be going up by the Selma American Legion Post 437. These are kind of like what the banners will look like, but for more information on that, you can contact the Selma American Legion all about that. Those of you that are here in the community or even outside the community kind of know a little bit about where to go as far as to find that information. But again, if you do not have that number, you can give the Selma American Legion a call at 765-282-7020. Again, we'll talk more about that here in the during the break here between sets. Like I said, I'll bring that up here in just a moment. Again, 24-19 set point here for Eastern Hancock. Barnes is right there. Maines set on the Ledbetter. Williams on the attack, and that will be into the net. 25-19. Opening set goes to Eastern Hancock. Make sure to stay right here with us. Again, you're on the other side of the break, and we'll be talking more about the banner fundraiser that is going to be going on, put on by the Selma American Legion. But again, it's 1-0 lead here for Eastern Hancock over Wapahani. We'll step aside, and we'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here to our Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox, game break. Again, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Greatly appreciate Tony Cox, our athletic trainer out here at Wapahani, and a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. So, as I mentioned just earlier, again, I was talking about the banners that the Selma American Legion is trying to put together. That's going to be going up on the light post throughout downtown and throughout Selma. But this is what it will look like. Again, kind of an example of what it would look like. But again, the Selma American Legion Post 437 is seeking donations from businesses and or individuals for the purchase of Hometown Hero banners, mounting hardware honoring current and former Liberty Perry Township veterans. So these banners will be displayed on telephone poles throughout the town of Selma. So if you are a military veteran or have a veteran in your family from Selma, you may submit their service information to the post for the inclusion in this project. Again, military family members of current Legionnaires and auxiliary and sons members of the Selma American Legion Post 437 are also eligible to be honored with a banner. Again, these are what the banners look like. They are 2x4 in collar heavy vinyl, double-sided with pole pockets. They're $80 each, excluding the mounting hardware. So again, the Selma American Legion Post 437 welcomes any and all donations. Again, your military information and or donations may be dropped off at the post Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, at 315 South Albany Street in downtown Selma, Indiana, or by mail. You can make the checks payable to Selma American Legion Post 437, and if you do choose to mail those in, then make sure to mark all envelopes to the attention of Steve Peacock / Hometown Heroes. So again, if you would like to donate to this cause, if you have a business or an individual that would like to, we sure would appreciate it. And I know the Selma American Legion Post 437 would surely appreciate it. Again, for our Hometown Hero banners that they will be putting up throughout the town of Selma. So a 1-0 start here for Eastern Hancock. The serve right there, that was by number 16, Olivia Willis. On the attack, Lainey Ledbetter being unable to keep that one in play as that one will head straight into the net. 2-0 start for Eastern Hancock. Again, currently owns a 1-0 lead. Received by Rack-a-Lack. Barnes and tips it over the net. Back right there, that was to number 10, Bridget Feeney. And that one heading out of bounds, so the ace for Willis. And again, yes, it's only 4-0, but just like I mentioned right there at the start of the first set, this is where someone or multiple people steps up to the plate here for Wapahani and says, hey, we've got to come together right here. And, hopefully we can rattle off, at least maybe 4, 5, 6 points right here. But, one thing you can't afford to do is put yourself in a tough spot that you can't wiggle your way out of. Good serve again there by Barnes. And that was off the lights. Well, number 10, Feeney, did get the ball over, but put a little too much on it. Short serve there, nicely done there by Barnes. And that was in there. Ledbetter ties it at 4. It was received by number 15 there just a moment ago, Wiseman. Another short serve from Addie. Left side attack by Fields. Ledbetter. Barnes backs that to Williams. Tipped over. Rack-a-Lack is there. Back to Williams one more time. And once again, good rally here from both sides. And Ledbetter will nail that one on home to make this a 6-4 lead. Timeout, Eastern Hancock. And we will step aside for a timeout of our own. 6-4 Raiders here in set number 2. All right, folks, welcome back. About 30 seconds after the action started again. But again, I was not cutting that commercial break short. So 6-5. It was 6-4 when we went to the timeout, and that one will be hit into the net by number 10, Bridget Feeney. So back to a 2-point lead for the Raiders. Number 2, Maya Mitchell, will return to the floor with number 8, Ella Rack-a-Lack, back to serve. Hope everybody's enjoyed the ball game so far here this evening. Hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Right here on the other side of the week now, on the back half of the week, and leading up to hopefully be a really nice weekend for us out here in Raider Country and wherever you are. Set up here by Wiseman, tipped over by number 11. That was Abby Ward. Right side attack by Williams. And that was number 10, Bridget Feeney there on the block. 8-6. Again, no games this weekend for Wapahani, so they will have the weekend off. So I'm sure that they'll be able to just enjoy some time just being a kid instead of playing some games this weekend. They'll have a busy week this week. It'll be 3 consecutive nights. And then tomorrow night they'll be at Muncie Burris. And the next week they'll have 3 consecutive nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well. So got to use the weekends to kind of rest up a little bit and get ready to get back at it for another busy week next week. So 8-7 again, Feeney serving. Received by Maines. Barnes with a set to the right side. Delaney Ledbetter. Recollect is there. That ball passed right on top of the net, but again, really nothing came of that there from the Royals. Barnes, nice up right there. Maines leading Ledbetter there to the net. Actually, well executed there by Laney Ledbetter. Got a really nice pass there from Maines. Again, leading Laney there to the net, but not too close. And that was just a great job all the way around there from the Raiders' standpoint. So Ledbetter back to serve. And that was a missile. Unfortunately, this time it went right into the net. Had that went over the net, good luck passing that one. Because that had ace written all over it. Recollect now. Maines will get it over. Will has set it on there to number 11. We're going to have a net violation on Wapahani, and that's going to even things up at 9. And here we go. Recollect. Barnes, right side attack by Williams. Yes. Nora Williams on the attack. Gets the job done. 10-9. Nice setup there from Barnes. And a well-executed diagonal shot there from number 11, Nora Williams. So they're deep into the back row. There's Ledbetter. Barnes, here comes Maines, full steam ahead. Man, that was a heck of a ricochet off the speaker. Maines absolutely tortured that ball. Mercy. Look at that serve from Williams. Barnes, about the only play she had right there and well executed. So 12-9. Williams gets there. Barnes tips it across. Free ball. Got to use this. Oh, hey, nicely done, Mitchell. So again, Barnes tried to tip it over. Instead, the ball came right back at her. Mitchell, though, helps her teammate out, gets the ball back over, and ends up falling in there for a point for the Raiders. So the kill for Mitchell, 13-10. So there's an ace for Maya. Another good ball. I think that actually hit off the side of her hand, but it was still effective. On the Mains left side attack. Going right down the line. Straight shot. Getting it done again here by Journey. Again, she's had the hot hand all evening long here for Wapahani. Laney's done a solid job. Nora, Mitchell, Maya Mitchell's had a couple of good ones here. Savannah Fitzgerald. So good things are happening here for Wapahani. Oh, and that is in there. So we'll have number 10, Bridget Feeney, subbing in for the Royals. And Eastern Hancock will send number 4, Delaney Trubenbach, back behind the serving line. Ledbetter sends that one over the net. And unfortunately the Raiders unable to recover. I believe that was I think that might have been number 15 or 16, maybe number 16. Olivia Willis right there to end up getting the kill for the Royals that time around. Barnes left side here to Rains again, dug out. All right, we're going to roll with her right here. Barnes back to Mains one more time. Fields is there to dig it out. Good pass. Feeney just gets it over. Williams, Barnes back to Mains. Dug out again, tipped across. Recollect is there. Fitzgerald on the attack, gets it done. Savannah Fitzgerald with the kill, puts Wapahani back on top before. And that one served out of bounds. Tell you what, Journey must have, ate her Wheaties today, had some spinach for lunch. I don't know what it is. She's had a couple balls. I'm telling you what, it has been full force. A couple of them have went to the moon and back, but most of them have stayed in. And I'll tell you what, Nora did the exact same thing right there. Just a touch too far. Well struck, though. Barnes, that might have been a miscue right there from Addie, but didn't hurt the Raiders any. Fitzgerald on the attack. Nice dig right there. That was by number 3, Van Camp. Another effective ball right there. Good pass. Fitzgerald executes that pass perfectly. And we've got a 17-14 Wapahani lead. Again, down 2-1. Got a great opportunity, and there's an ace for Addie Barnes. Yes, may we have another. Set to the middle. Van Camp will get it over and well out of bounds. Nice job there by Journey Mains, recognizing where she's at on the floor. And we'll have a timeout taken here by Eastern Hancock. We'll just take a 30-second timeout because that's what all the other ones have been. We'll step aside and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back. Again, 30-second timeout. Perfectly timed up this time around. It only took me about 5 timeouts to figure it out, I guess. I thought I was telling Redbeard this earlier during the previous timeout beforehand, because neither team is using their, the full 60-second timeout. I'm like, might as well just go ahead and cut it in half, give them 4 30-second timeouts, because that's what both teams have been accustomed to doing, through the first, darn near 2 sets of the ball game right now. Neither team uses the full amount, as Williams unable to get the left hand over the net right there as far as the left-handed ball over the net. So 19-16 as number 20, again, Ava Fields back to serve for the Royals. Received by Williams, and Wapahani will not get it over. Received by Williams. Barnes to Fitzgerald. Yes. Again, skipped it off the top of the net. But, again, the main thing is it's over the net and down in play, and it gets us a point here on the Raiders side of the scoreboard. So Rackalack serving on top here by 3. Yes. I think that might have been a combination there of Williams and Mitchell on the block. 21-17. And again, a missed opportunity there for the Royals. Great thing here for Wapahani to be able to cash in on it. But again, Ward sent that one out of bounds here along the left sideline. Nice serve, and they will get it over, but it's going to be a 2-hit call. So the Raiders now in the driver's seat, again on top here by 6. Definitely not over yet, but, from Wapahani's standpoint, you definitely have to like where you're at this point in the game. Give us an opportunity here to get to a third set. Set on to Ledbetter, and shanked off to the right side, and that will be another kill here for Laney. And set point has now arrived here for the Raiders. So the Royals will have number 10, Bridget Feeney, back to serve to keep their hopes alive here in set 2. Mitchell will conclude the second set with the right side kill. 25-18, Wapahani evens this game up at 1 set apiece. Stick around here with us. You're on the other side of the break. Again, coming up here, we'll have set number 3 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
All right, folks, welcome back as we open up this third set here with a 2-0 lead. We got 3 minutes, where we have 3 minutes between sets, and both teams only used 2 of those 3 minutes. So that's why, again, we came back from that a little bit late. But nonetheless, 3-0 start here for Wapahani. Again, this third set is a game to 15. Obviously, you got to win by 2, as always. Recollect there. Barnes on the Williams. Dug out that time by Van Camp. And the Raiders will now take a 5-0 lead. And now we'll have a timeout here from Eastern Hancock. And we'll go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout, because we would like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. So we would like to, again, send out a big thanks here to Courtney Felton. Again, Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. Also, a big thanks here to Liberty Prairie Alumni Association. President Richard Morris, along with the alumni board, serves as the Wapahani, Selma, and Center High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at libertyprairiealumni.com. To receive any information on upcoming events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. So again, greatly appreciate the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association, as well as Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. So 5-1 Wapahani. Number 16 Olivia Willis will drop back to serve here for the Royals. It's saved by Maines. Barnes set to the right side there to Fitzgerald, and again, just a couple of issues passing-wise here for the Royals has put them at a disadvantage early here in this third set, excuse me. So we'll have Ella Recollect back to serve. Again, following the conclusion of this junior varsity game tonight, we'll have tonight's varsity game as well. Again, no post-game show at the end of the JV game, but again, that's just because we got to get ready for the varsity game tonight. But please make sure to tune into that varsity game. That's going to be should be a pretty good ball game. Wapahani 9-2 on the year. Eastern Hancock currently 14-2. They played 5 more games. They've played a few common opponents. You know, they've played LaPel. They've swept LaPel. They've also played Northeastern, which Wapahani played them in a Wapahani invite here about a week and a half ago. Northeastern actually beat Eastern Hancock, whereas Wapahani beat Northeastern, actually swept them. So, again, you know, that's not necessarily any kind of indication, just some common opponents that both teams have right there, and we'll have another timeout here for the Royals. And you know what? Once again, we'll go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout. We would like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. A big thanks here to Air Park Door, again, a proud sponsor of us. Air Park Door is located at 321 West Ontario Drive in Muncie, Indiana. And they've been voted as Muncie's quest for the best for the level of professionalism and knowledge they possess, along with the quality service they provide for a reasonable price. For more information, check them out on Facebook at Air Park Door and give them a call at 765-741-3667 for all of your garage door needs. So greatly appreciate Air Park Door, again, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. So again, following the timeout, Wapahani with a 9-1 lead, which is extremely, extremely important here for the Raiders to finish this off the right way, because, you know, again, with this set only being played to 15, you know, obviously you're more than halfway there. So now 10-1 Raiders. I got to be honest with you, very surprising to see Eastern Hancock play the way that they have in this third set. I mean, you know, first 2 sets, you know, they kept it, you know, relatively close, you know, until Wapahani was able to really, you know, apply the distance right there towards the end of set 2. But, you know, I mean, it was pretty neck and neck there for a while, even in the first set, until the Royals really, you know, took advantage right there towards the end as well. But, you know, this third set has definitely been one-sided, and it's been in favor of Wapahani, thankfully. So 10-2, number 20. That will be Ava Fields back to serve. Good ball there by Reck. On to Ledbetter. That looked to have been heading out of bounds. So the Royals, I believe, did us a favor right there. I mean, it would have definitely been close. I thought that was actually a really well-placed ball there by Laney. But I think it probably would have been out of bounds. Rack there, nice dig. Set on the mains. Bringing the hammer. Oh, heck yes. 12-2 Wapahani. Barnes sets it on to Williams. That ball set right on top of the net, but again, ricocheted off the top and came back the other way. So 12-3 now, again here in set 3. Again, Wapahani dropped the first set 25-19, but took set 2 25-18. Williams gets over there. Mains again hipped that one off the palm of her hand and into the net. Well, Barnes did what she could, but not much she could do on that ball. Tell you what, right here, if you're Wapahani, If another point goes in favor of Eastern Hancock, I would be looking for head coach Ryan Webster to take a timeout. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but just saying. Nice hustle by Recollect and Ledbetter. Yes, Maines gets it over. Time to make them pay. And over the net, there's Barnes. Ledbetter back to Maines. Out of bounds. Ledbetter will get it over. Set on right there. That was number 11, Abby Ward, on the attack. So the Royals have made this one into a ball game. That one is out of bounds. So a much-needed point there for Wapahani. I believe that was right about a 5-6-0 run. If I remember correctly, I think it was 12-2, 12-3, somewhere right around in there. So I'll have Nora Williams back to serve. It'd be nice if she can just serve us out the rest of the way. And instead, it's going to be a serving error. Seen by Ledbetter. On to Maines. Dug out by Van Camp. Left side, Trubenbach. And we will get a timeout here from Wapahani. 13-10 is your score. We'll step aside, and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back. And following the timeout there from Wapahani, 13-10 Raiders on top here in set 3. Again, the Royals have found their way back into the thick of things here. That one will be hit in the net by Maines. Again, a lengthy run put together here by Eastern Hancock. I believe they're on a right around an 8-1, maybe 9-1 run. And that's heading out of bounds. So extremely, extremely needed right there for Wapahani to take that point. So match point now. Fitzgerald back in the ball game. We'll have Maya Mitchell back to serve. Good serve from Mitchell. And that's the old ball game. Miss hit there by Olivia Willis. And the Raiders will win it here tonight in 3 sets, 19-25, 25-18, 15-11. So a great bounce-back victory here for Wapahani. Again, didn't get off on the right foot, coming off of that, unfortunate first set loss, but short memory, got back after it, sets 2 and 3, and ended up coming away with the win here tonight at home against the Royals. So, again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in here for tonight's junior varsity matchup. Again, stay tuned in now. Here in a little while, we'll have tonight's varsity broadcast. That'll be coming up here within the next 15 minutes. Probably right at about 7:15 is when we'll start that. So we hope you all tune in. Again, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you all back here in just a little while here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.